Hey everybody, 45 and 52 week. I'm gonna say 29. Sounds about right. Um, Kind of a quiet week. Nothing to complain about that. The biggest news is after arguing with Verizon for well over 2 or 3 weeks, we just decided to cut the cord. I know that's not the most exciting news, but I can tell you, I'm shocked that a large company like Verizon uh, not only is way overpriced, we were paying well over, about, I'm going to say a little over, I shouldn't say well over, $200 for one TV, one telephone, and which we didn't use, and an internet. And it kind of sparked us to look differently when, look, we don't need the phone anymore. Our alarm doesn't need the phone. And they're like, oh great, well if you lose the phone, your bill's going to go up $50. It's just like, yeah, that's not good. And after being flat out lied to, which is something I'm kind of taking up with, I don't know if you go to Consumer Advocacy Board. I'm not quite sure. I still have to research that. I dealt with the worst manager in any profession I've ever had. I felt like I was dealing with a used car salesman. And in fact, I wound up hanging up on her this weekend, calling in and just got the nicest rep. And I said, hey, look, are these calls recorded? Great, because Norina, whatever her name was, is terrible. And really kind of ripped into her. Like you said, I feel like I was dealing with a used cars salesman. But again, I mean, look, that's a little bump in the road. And I think we're going to be happy streaming. We're doing YouTube Live now, which I don't think we need live TV, but my wife uses it, so we'll see how that goes. There's been rumors that their pricing is going to go up. We'll see, because you could just kind of bow out at any time, I think, from what I've read at least. Other than that, like I said, it's been a slow week. I realized, and I may have mentioned this before in passing, I haven't been to my LCS since September. We're in December at this point. This is the longest, I believe. September, October, November. No, not quite yet. This is almost the longest I've ever not gone there. And there's a couple reasons why. The first one I can't talk about. I do have an issue with the LCS owner, and I'm kind of decide if it's something I should really be taking personally or not. And I'm not going to really talk more about that. That's between him and I. And like I said, I haven't even talked to him about it yet. But yeah, there's that. And the other part of it, maybe it's just because I haven't been there in so long, I just have no urge to read a lot of modern comics any longer. For me, I felt like the Krakoan era of X-Men just kind of ended. It was a little fast, but I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm satisfied. And I did read the first issue of, I think it was the Adjective List series, whatever, the one where they're in like Alaska, and I felt like it was a major step back. And more so than that, it got me thinking, like, do I really need to keep collecting this? I could read it online, but I'll be honest with you, I have not read even a lot of comics online. The only comics I've read have been indie comics that I've gotten through Kickstarter, and if you watch my live show, then you know exactly what I'm reading, because those have been the comics. And also the Stephen King Dark Tower series, the comic graphic novel, for Mike, Evil Mike's, or Evil's Comics channel. I've been doing those read-alongs, which I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to continue to do or not. And look, I know that there's been a lot of talk about people saying, hey, I might be done with comics, but I might be done buying comics. I haven't decided yet. I feel like my pull list is definitely going to get greatly reduced. I do want to still keep collecting Wolverine. That's always been my favorite. And we'll see how it is. I don't know. I've been avoiding any kind of reviews and stuff like that. Monstrous, I know I want to continue with, because the series is almost over. Same with Undiscovered Country. They might even be done by the time I'm saying this. Like I said, I haven't been there in a number of months at this point. I am liking the Ghost Machine stuff. Again, though, do you want to delve into, I have to read like 4 or 5 issues to keep abreast. I mean, other than that, nothing is really amazing me. I had dropped DC titles a little over a year ago, and I've been reading somewhat digitally. And again, I've been saying somewhat because it's kind of like here and there, you know. So I'm starting to lose that argument of, well, it saves me money. The DC service, actually, I tried to discontinue, and I just acted too slowly. So yeah, I'll have that for at least another year, which is good because there are some things I do want to check out. The only thing I was reading after I dropped Batman was it Sandman's Nightmare Country, and that first volume had ended. I knew that. I think Dead Boy Detectives picked up, and then another volume of Nightmare Country. So I'll check that out at some point, I suppose. And I'm hearing some great things about Superman. I'm interested enough in taking a look. Why do I bring this up? Because I usually don't talk about comics on this end, because I think it is a sign of just aging and giving your attention to different things. And from what I've been told from, we'll say, more seasoned collectors, yeah, that's kind of the natural progression of things. You have kids, you know, you have to shift your focus because your time is so limited. That's why, you know, I've been filming these late at night and maybe pushing them a day or two later than I would like to. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. And look, it's taken a huge hit, of course, too, to my productivity as far as the videos I put out and whatnot. You may have also noticed I don't put out as much art as I have been throughout the rest of the year. I'm working on one project right now that is due in less than 10 days, and I'm moving along quite well with it, but when I draw, that's what I'm putting my activity towards, and hopefully I can talk about that soon. But I'm really pleased with how it's going so far, and I keep wanting to move ahead, so hopefully that'll be wrapped up, I think, this week, because, well, we're going to be out of time soon, but it's just how it is. I do have another project on deck right after that, and then I'm hoping I could just kind of get back to just drawing what I want to draw for fun, at least a little bit after that. Other things to consider. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's the year's winding down. I sat and I thought, and I realized that I do not have a full week of work pretty much for the rest of the year. We have our holiday party Wednesday, so our week's going to be cut short. Our work day is going to be cut short, rather. The following week we have an appointment, and I took off for it, and then you've got Christmas right there. I've been moving around along with Christmas shopping. Pretty much, you know, don't have that many people to buy for. We're still kind of skating along because our kids are young, but we haven't even decorated yet. And that's a whole other story, to be honest with you. But 8.5 minutes, this is a little bit more than I usually like to talk. It's just what's at the top of my mind. Hope that you're enjoying the series. I'm enjoying a lot of the feedback and a lot of the tips that I'm getting. Yeah, I'm just going to keep on pushing forward. Maybe next time I'm going to talk about some of the changes I intend to make to my channel and whatnot next year. I mean, I could tell you, like, just personally speaking, there's a number of health issues I want to get checked out for. Nothing serious, I don't think. But I figure let me push it to next year at this point so it counts towards my deductible. It seems reasonable. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.